Hi, it's Chester at Blue Pecan Computer Training, and in this video I want to show you how to highlight the active row and column. If I click into a cell, you can see it formats the column and the row that I'm in. We are going to use conditional formatting to achieve this. We need to build a formula for that conditional formatting, and the first function that we need within that formula is the cell function, and I'm going to show you how the cell function works. The cell function will retrieve information about the cell that you're currently in, and in the first instance I'm going to retrieve the row number. So in this list I'm going to double click on row, close my bracket, press enter. Now the active cell at the time I was writing that formula was this cell here, and that is in row 2. But if I come down to this cell, and I have to press F9 on my keyboard to refresh the formula, you can see that now I'm in row 4. We can do the same thing for column number. I choose col in this list, press enter. Now the active cell at the time that I was writing the formula was in column 9. Just to make this really clear, let's click somewhere here and I'll press F9. This is in row 3, 1, 2, 3, and in column 1. When we write a formula for conditional formatting, the formula has to be a logical test, so resolved to true or false. Let's see how we can use the cell function within a logical test. I'm going to go to another sheet. This doesn't have the data in it. What I'm going to do is write a logical test in each of these cells so you can see which cells return true and which cells return false. First of all, we only want to return true for the active row. We're going to use the row function. The row function returns the row number for the reference that you supply. The reference I'm going to supply is the active cell, A2. If I copied this across and down, what you'll see is that very simply it just returns the row number for each of these cells. What I want to do is say, is this row number the same row number as the row number for the active cell? And remember, we calculated that using the cell function. Over here, I'm going to say equals cell, double click on row down there, close the bracket, press enter, and I'll copy this across and down. And you can see at the moment that cell thinks we're in row 2 because that's the active cell. All the cells in row 2 have currently got true. If I click down here, press F9 on my keyboard, that refreshes the spreadsheet, and that shows me that I've currently got a cell selected in row 12. Therefore, all the cells in row 12 have got the value true. We need to do the same thing for column. What I'm going to do is copy this formula and just store it temporarily over here because we'll need it later, and then I'll delete all these formulas. I'm going to do the same thing for column. There is a function called column which returns the column number for the cell reference that you supply. The cell reference I'm going to supply is the current cell, A2. Press enter. That's column 1. I copy across and down. You can see what the column function does. Just returns the column number. So I want to say, is the column number equal to the column number of the active cell, which we know is returned by the cell function. I'm going to say equals cell, open bracket, col, close bracket, press enter. If I copy this across and copy it down, currently I'm in A2, so the whole of column 1 has the result true. Let's click over here, press F9 to refresh, and you can see that the whole of column 3 has now got the result true. We want a cell to return true if it's either in the row or column of the active cell. At the moment I'm in row 7 and column 3, so I'd want all the cells in row 7 to return true and all the cells in column 3 to return true. Now this is where I can use the OR function. I'm going to take this formula that we created earlier on. Don't need the equals. I'm going to go up to our current formula and I'm going to say or, then comma, and paste in our other formula. Close bracket at the end for the or. This is going to say, is the cell either in the active row or in the active column? If I press enter, copy across, copy down, you can see that because I've got A2 selected, row 2 returns true and column A returns true. If I click into another cell, press F9, you can see once again the whole of that row returns true and the whole of that column returns true. We now have the formula we need for our conditional formatting. I'm going to go up to here and I'm going to copy it, press enter. I didn't need to create this table showing all these formulas, but sometimes it's useful when you are devising a formula for conditional formatting that you test it on your spreadsheet so that you can see it's giving you the desired results. Once I've got my formula on my clipboard, and go back to my original sheet, and I'm going to select all the cells that I want to apply the conditional formatting to. Now the formula I copied was for A2, which is this formula here. So it's important that when I make this selection, I start in A2 and drag down and across from that cell position. Then I go to conditional formatting and I go to new rule, and I'm going to use a formula to determine which cells to format. Down here it says format values where this formula is true. And here is where I paste in, Control V, my formula. Then all I need to do is choose the format that I want to apply if this returns true. Click on the format button. I'll go to fill, choose blue with a white font. And now if I click into a cell, the moment I have to press F9, you can see that it formats both the row and the column for the active cell. Problem at the moment is I'm having to press F9 to refresh the cell formulas. I want this refresh to happen automatically whenever I make a selection change in my spreadsheet. And I can do that with a tiny little bit of VBA. Now to get to the Visual Basic Editor, easiest way is to use the shortcut key Alt F11 on your keyboard, and that'll open up the Visual Basic Editor. What you want to do in your VBA project window, and if this doesn't appear, just go to View, Project Explorer. You must select the sheet that you are applying the conditional formatting to. Got that sheet selected there. Then in the code window, if the code window doesn't appear, go to View, Code. Up at the top here where it says General, choose Worksheet. We're creating a worksheet event, and the default event is the one we want, selection change. Every time we make a new selection in our spreadsheet, this little macro is going to run. The macro is just one line, Application.Calculate. Then you can just close the Visual Basic Editor. This will eventually be saved with your workbook. Now, if I click into a cell, it automatically refreshes our cell functions and therefore applies the conditional formatting. One thing to note, because we've included a little bit of Visual Basic for application code in our solution here, when you come to save your file, you have to save it as a macro-enabled workbook. Otherwise, it will not store your little bit of VBA code. Okay, that's all I wanted to cover in this particular video. Hopefully you found it useful. If you have, please subscribe, and I'll see you next video.